Good morning, everybody. So we are continuing on with our understanding data unit and how this might relate to renewable energy. Today they were going a slightly different direction because instead of just interpreting, we're actually going towards being creative with data and creative with ways that we present data in order to communicate meaning. Okay, so the way we're going to do that today is we're going to do a mini project which is going to span today and tomorrow. And it's going to be in two phases. Okay, so using the data to create infographic that shows my household energy use. Okay, so infographic, what is an infographic? Let's have a quick look at infographic. If we look at the root words of infographic, it has information in there and it has graphic in there. Okay, so if you want to do a word inquiry and do some thinking there, you can think about other words that have graph in it. So photograph, graph, graphic, all relating to images, okay, and pictures. All right, and then info relating here to information. So it's basically pictures that present information. And here are some examples here from the SDGs. This is SDG 7, which is related to our renewable energy unit, of course. And you can see some ways that the data have been presented here. We have pie chart, or kind of like a donut pie chart. We have pie charts here. We have that country map comparison, different colors there. We have bar charts here. We have a line graph here. Okay, with lots and lots of different information being used here, and we have pictures, pictogram type things here as well. Okay, so the idea today is that you will begin to think about creative ways of sharing information that is important. So step one is gathering that info of the infographic. It must have information in it. It must have info, which is data, right? So today you're going to be collecting some data. As you collect your data, it should be answering all of these questions. So you need to collect how many hours per day do you think there is a TV on in your house? And that might be TV, and you might say we don't have TVs, we have laptops. Okay, so laptops, how many laptops? And how long are they on for? These are all kind of rough estimates because we'd need a much longer time frame to get exact averages, but just roughly in your house. Is it on for 2 hours a day? Is it on for 12 hours a day? Okay. Aircon, think about aircon use in your house, so monitor it for today and just jot down. So when do people perhaps go upstairs to bed or go to their room in the evening and then they turn their aircon on? Do you have aircon on during the day or do you have a fan on? These might be things. So this is all data you can collect. So you're going to spend the day just collecting and gathering that data, okay, and answering these questions as you go. You might want to use these tables here to help you. They're super helpful as a method of recording, or you might have your own way of doing it. But the important thing is that you're gathering a day's worth of information that answers at least all of these questions and some other questions, interesting energy-based questions of your own, perhaps. Okay, so it's really, really important that you are recording as you go. That's the first step. The second step is you're going to take that information and turn it into a graphic like this. Okay, now I made one of my own here. Okay, and you can see it's not as detailed as this, but it's fairly detailed. I've got 6 pieces of information here. So that suggests that in your data gathering, you should be gathering about 6 pieces of data, okay, in order for you to be able to make an infographic like this. And as you can see, the time scale I've used on the line graph, for example, is just over the day. And this is per day, because we only obviously had a day to collect the data. So this is kind of your daily consumption of energy. All right. So what I'm going to do is there's lots of technical skills I used in order to create this. So on this final slide, there will be some videos where I'll show you, if you're not sure, how to create line graphs, how to create bar charts, and how to turn the information that you gather here into that graphic, into infographics, rather than just having it as pieces of data that would be in a table here. Okay, so do go and have a look on that final slide and you'll be able to see the mechanics behind this. Okay, again, any questions, ask your teachers.